see where Canyon's going to be going next year as well, as here we are onto the rift for game number 3, the deciding match between Damwon Gaming and KeG Seoul, the team that wiped the floor with all the competition in IESF, including Australia, unfortunately.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Oh, bugger, as we'd say.
And you and I are actually feeling a bit of a culture shock moment because it's not a sunny summer Christmas, in case you guys don't know.
It's my first one, Papa Smithy.
December, January, February is summer in Australia. But here we are in Korea, and it's much more of the white Christmas, much more of the cold Christmas. You weren't here last year, so enjoy it, Atlas. It's a change of pace, and what has been a change of pace in the KeSPA Cup as well.
Yeah, it's the first time that I'm not, you know, sipping on cocktails that my mother has made.
What kind of
for
cocktail?
Christmas lunch.
We can name cocktails, probably.
Japanese slipper is Mum's favorite. That's one she's real good at.
What's the primary
So
alcohol?
that's Cointreau and lime juice and like crushed ice. It's actually very nice.
Okay, you only have one, of course, because we're only
yes,
about
no, it's not
moderation
about
here.
It's not about being
on
drunk.
the KeSPA
It's about
broadcast.
enjoying a tasteful beverage.
Oh, Nokari actually gets a nice trade on the top side here. All right, first order of business. You have a lot of pathing options for Olaf that are usually unexplored, because every Olaf is, I want to get blue buff as fast as possible and then spam my axes. Notice that he's starting on the Raptors here to throw off pathing as Elim. Canyon will always have an invasion advantage over an Olaf just because of its champion. And this is basically him saying, all right, lanes, please play respectfully. I'm going to go and power farm on the Olaf, fall low to do the camps faster. Don't get ganked by Canyon.
Well, at the moment, Canyon is running out of his sweeper, so unfortunately unable to get rid of that ward as pings are going to come in. Canyon once again spotted here at level 2, meaning that he's not going to be able to get that coveted level 2 gank with the hook shot on the bottom side of the map. He's going to be able to take down the Rift Scuttler, try and get himself that advantage further implied.
This is a matchup pretty similar to Rise versus the Victor on the top side as bot lane.
Yeah, a bit of an aggressive trade here coming out of the Tahm Kench. Wanting to get that one extra auto onto Pop, but unable to do so as Canyon waiting for it. Doesn't have level 3 just yet, but that hook shot is armed and ready. Does get it right on the edge, and that's a very respectful flash to come in from Plex, knowing that Canyon could have followed it.
Feel really good about that, because now as the Zoe with level 1 Paddle Star, you're trying to farm the minions, afraid of the return gank. Everyone knows the potential of a jungle like Camille, and it's one that Canyon has been putting a lot of time into solo queue. Elim finally going to pick up his boost. He doesn't get 3 buffed in this game. He does end up getting both buffs as the Olaf. So the level 6 light at the end of the tunnel is there for the Olaf, but for Plex, well, not going to be a lot of ability to harass down the Galio Knight style against Rookie in this particular game.
And goes pretty quickly to grab his Keystone available as well as Predator now online as Elim. Speaking of which, we'll see whether he uses it here towards the bottom side of the map, holding onto it at the moment. Double buff still rotating around the Olaf as the dive forward comes in from Gumayushi.
This is coming, remember?
Very quickly from the teleport. And Showmaker is definitely making his way forward. Lands one taunt, that's first blood. And he pays off in dividends immediately.
Oh, Elim and Pop really messed that one up. Remember, teleports can't be cancelled. They know Galio is coming in. Grand Entrance would have allowed Elim to hold on to his flash, but instead the Grand Entrance is too early. And that means that there's no knock-up onto the Galio. Watch the replay here. So this is all a bit too obvious. But when the teleport comes in, you know it's Galio with reliable CC. If this Grand Entrance hits the Galio, then Showmaker can't actually choose his time to use the taunt. Instead, it's too early. Galio doesn't flash, so between the two, they muck it up, and that means the kill goes over and the double buffs go over to the side of Damwon Gaming.
And that just makes the lane even harder for Plex as well. Already we were talking about his flash being down, and now it's double buffs Galio that can throw as many Qs as he wants at the minion wave with reckless abandon. Nice double tap to land here from Nuclear, but sorry, from Gumayushi, but still, it doesn't really matter because this lane just stays back. Damwon more than happy here on the bottom side.
And now, you remember when we said 2 winning lanes in a Camille? It's double buff Galio against no flash and a Camille jungle in Zoe. So it's 3 winning lanes to put that all together, and that's tricky times for the members of KeG.
And despite the fact that he's only on the bottom side of the map as well, is Canyon, and the top side is certainly a bit of a wash here in favor of Nogari.
Trades are really happy for the Victor. Again, once he gets the Q evolve as well, then there's no ability to return trade. They're kind of like the Rise gets Nikes on some of those trades, so tricky for Doran to do too much on this Urgot without a gank from Elim, and I think Elim will have many lanes calling for his intervention as the game goes on.
Yes, could be one of those experiences. As Nuclear was pretty low on the bottom side of the map, as Doran might be able to find himself a trade here, but nope. Disdain gets him out regardless, but still not able to offer any damage back onto Noguri, and he's going to continue to be frustrating. Canyon, he doesn't like Rift Scuttlers very much, or he likes them a lot. I'm not entirely sure, but he's killed a few of them.
Level 5 now to match Elim. He's going to take the Krugs and back. There's still a world where Olaf is the dominant champion in this game. How rude is Canyon to stop in the back there from Plex, out of mana, and now out of really too many good options in that lane. Again, Olaf versus either Victor or Varus. If he takes down one of those V-named carries, then damage concerns to be considered on the side of Damwon. But will we ever get to that game state where the game's pretty even? Because right now, the snowball started, and we don't know when it's going to end from the side of Damwon.
And it just feels like wherever KeG go, if it's dark, it's potential death. Because Canyon just could be waiting there. He could be getting the work done. Speaking of work done, Noguri on the top side of the map. Yeah, Chaos Storm still ticking. The flash is traded instantly. And that does keep Doran alive. Even happy to go back and trying to get this ward taken down as well.
There's, I believe, a plant to pick up. No, maybe I've told a lie.
No,
I believe there is a plant further
it.
down, but he's just actually walking over to check the vision situation. His corrupting potion is going, so gonna delay the back timer here is Doran. Can't even use his Ignite to cycle back TP, and unsure if that's on cooldown or not, so will not be able to get back to lane too quickly. Things go from bad to worse. On the top side, we already know the resting map state elsewhere. It's pretty good for the side of Damwon Gaming. Elim will have his ultimate in a couple of camps, and making that work, finding some way to stabilize what is already feeling like a return to game number 2 that snowballed very heavily in a neutral sense to the side of Damwon Gaming is kind of needed thick and fast for the side of KeG.
Yeah, we look at the differences between games 2 and this game as well. I mean, is there more hope for KeG as the game moves further towards the mid-game, or is there less and less hope given the Camille and her now level 6 ability to catch people out?
You need that Baron. If they have Baron, things come together so quickly for the side of KeG. It's something that rookie for Invictus Gaming in the Demacia Cup, and they went on to win that tournament, was showing is he would pick the Zoe into pretty hard laning match. He picked it into Aurelia, which any solo queue player will tell you is just a disaster in terms of the 1v1, and yet they started grouping with, I think it might have been Zoe Ezreal, similar to that, Zoe Caitlyn, and then the Siege just overwhelmed a team pretty similar to what Damwon Gaming has shown, but when you're losing all 3 lanes in this case, and the Baron seems like something you're going to have a hard time face-checking with all the pick damage, that win condition may never come online. The 0-3 Zoe got the Baron, ended the game in the Invictus Gaming side. This is KeG. This is a pickup team with no coach. Finding that Baron against a team that, if we're going to give them one bit of consistent praise, is they're pretty good at killing the Baron. That's going to be tricky for the side of KeG.
Well, they're really good at killing the Baron if the enemy team started it on the side of Damwon. I'll give them that one. As Mana Bar completely missing here from Plex, and thankfully he does pick up the blue buff. He's going to be able to grab that one, move it into the mid lane, and continue trying to harass Showmaker out. As he loses the shield on that one. Doesn't get hit by the beach ball though, so everything will be okay. Noguri on the top side, another Chaos Storm to come down here as Hero's Entrance is available from Showmaker, but not going to dive under the turret is Noguri.
It's been pigged out. They know that Showmaker's near top side. He wants to ward this safely. There it is.
Elim looking to try and get in amongst it as well, as this minion wave is going to be what Doran needs to get rid of. And they see, okay, Beach Ball's going to land this time.
They're not going to be chasing for this one, though. Olaf will just take the camp and said Elim needed to be there for the counter gank, and they know Zoe's roaming up. They don't know where Olaf is, so smart for Damwon Gaming to not be a bit too zestful like they have been guilty of a couple of times in the KeSPA Cup. They'll back away. They return to the bot lane that has just been Varus out-trading the Lucian Rakan, but not to really any meaningful lead between the two carries.
No, and of course, having that beginning of the game that worked out so well for Damwon Gaming certainly shored up the laning phase for the Tahm Kench Varus. But as you can see, no real lead to write home about. Only 5 minions ahead for the Varus.
As a byproduct of this new required item build for Galio, and if you're seeing Galio for the first time on this patch, you need the We'll hold the point.
Yeah, the ultimate is going to come down. KeSPA ultimatum comes in as well as Pop's just trying to get as many charms as possible. Kamiushi lasts such a long time, but he's not going to be able to escape from this one. Pop as well is on vision now, but Damwon Gaming not wanting to grab him, looking to just try and get some of these turret plates.
Interrupting the minion wave, happy to tank a couple hits because they want at least a checkpoint. Here's Plex, wants to stop them from getting any more. You're right, the flash timing there from Kamiushi. I didn't know there was a timing, but he found an ability to flash. Unfortunately, can't flash to safety. Hero's entrance plus the Hextech ultimatum. Combo made in heaven. First one comes in, the second one comes in, finds the time to flash, but unfortunately the follow flashes and the death is inflicted onto the Lucian.
Yep, kill number 2 to come in from Damwon Gaming, but they did have to invest a lot when it came to summoner spells in order to get it. Nuclear holds onto his, otherwise everybody else pressing that F button with reckless abandon. Nuguri on the top side of the map will just clear out this minion wave. Victor having a much better time this game. Feels like when things are in the hands of Noguri instead of his opponent, they look like much better champions.
Flex goes for the alpha flash into lane because he had picked up a pirated flash there from the previous turret dive. There were plenty to pick up. There were so many flashes for Damwon Gaming to pick up the kill. And man, just look at how much lane presence Noguri has. And he's out trading and then some.
Yeah, there's just nothing that you can do. Even the Disdain was unable to do anything there as just a casual
He's
ignite
so
comes
clean.
down. Yeah, it just moves out of the way of the ultimate. Doran does land a decent Q, but there's the shield. Comes in, the flash is down, just needs one auto, not gonna get it. Movement speed not quite there, didn't have the minions following quite close enough to utilize that one from the Q.
Death Ray cooldown not up either. Nice play from Plex. You always want to wait out the magic resist you get from the taunt there when you're going for any of these paddle star plays, when you hit that trouble bubble. Doran can teleport back into topside, but that means TP down, a TP play available for Noguri, and map control topside 2 games in a row comes through for Damwon Gaming.
Yeah, Kamiushi on the bottom side of the map, just 1v2 this point in the game. But that's going to be first dragon going over to KeG Seoul, so having a better time. This, on the other hand, is not a better time, as Hextech Ultimatum is going to spell the death of the Urgot very easily here on the top side of the map for Damwon Gaming.
And even though he's there to ward, the ward timings are predictable, and thus the Camille is ahead of the play. I think Canyon hasn't been able to live up to his first game, where he debuted and really outpathed this Kha'Zix against Brion Blade.
The big
but I think
brain plays.
his pathing has been very, very smart in this game number 3, so loving seeing him on Camille, because we need good Camille players in Korea. Only Haru, really, to speak of in the 2018 season before now.
Now with Klid coming over, another pretty fantastic Camille player as well.
He hangs around, he calls Noguri to stay. Noguri only has an E and a Q to him, but it's just fine. He can do the damage behind that one. Well played by the side of KeG. And now Plex just trying to get some lane presence with some poke, and getting anything onto Canyon is good news for the other lanes of KeG.
Yeah, I don't think he knew that the Camille was actually there. He might have been going for a little bit of a further target on that one, but she stood in the way and he hit her with it. The vision available from the control ward was certainly good for Damwon Gaming.
The map control is starting to fall away, and Olaf was spotted, I believe, on the speed shrine on the bot side. That means that Nuclear and Hoyt have been hanging back. Hard to pull off this dive when you know that Devour is available.
Turret plating still up for a little while longer as Plex looking to come in. But Rift Herald hasn't been touched here at 13.5 minutes as a Trouble Bubble does land. We do get the Grand Entrance. It's a little bit late on the engage, and he does have the Grey Health available to him. Pop is able to get himself out and does have the Ignite to pick up the kill there as well. Kamiushi, you are dead, just bopped with that one as a Trouble Bubble does come down. The auto is enough. The Flash Forward from Nuclear, he picks up 1 kill. Can he get the next one, as Plex could be in trouble, but no. Able to get himself out of there. It's a bloodbath on the bottom side as Noguri almost able to win it yet again, but he went down very, very low. Doran still looking for more. The ultimate had landed, but the Q there not quite enough. These trades still going in favor of the Victor.
So much movement speed and dodging by Noguri makes it so hard for Doran to hit that ultimate. Still hasn't hit one on the opponent. Here's the dive.
Yep, hops in underneath the turret. Does have the movement speed and the shield, meaning that the shield does get rid of the 1 turret shot's worth of damage, and he's able to move out of the way so a second one doesn't come in. It's so scary for Doran.
Speaking of dives, Hoyt is top side here. Will he go for the dive? The answer is no. Don't know where the Olaf is. Probably the measured play to make.
Yeah, Olaf, of course, is moving towards the top side of the map. That's why Doran can actually walk
We're
out.
going anyway.
Okay, Abyssal Voyage to come down. Disdain to get Doran out of the way, but it's not quite far enough as the Hextech Ultimatum is going to secure his death. There's another one as Elim doesn't have Ragnarok available to him. A second kill with the Hextech. The sweep to come in from Canyon, and they take down the first turret on the top side of the map. Plex says, well, I'll try and get the mid lane, but that's just not quite going to be enough. KeG, damage on the bottom side as well, but I mean, there's no turret plating available. There's no extra gold because it's 15 minutes into the game.
The tactical sweep is both the name of the ability that got the kill, but also what we saw played on a macro sense from Damwon Gaming. And they call out cooldowns so well. This play from Showmaker is a waste if they know Ragnarok is available, but they knew it was on cooldown. Level 1, only level 10 was the Olaf, so the cooldown much shorter. They get the secondary kill. They're going to get Rift Herald and mid lane turret as well. These dominoes, when they start to fall, when Damwon Gaming get ahead, oh, so impressive can they look.
Yep, and Hoyt has the Devour available to him here as well, so Nuclear can sit around for a lot longer, take down that outer turret in the mid lane, only the bottom outer. Now on the hit list here for Damwon Gaming, being able to get that Rift Herald a little bit late in comparison to the ones that we've seen recently over the last couple of days. However, still going to be very, very useful. Gets rid of that outer and mid. And now Noguri just moves towards the bottom side and continues his onslaught.
He's going to continue to out-trade the Urgot. It's going to be impressive. The only thing I want to see Doran do is hit an ult. That's how hard it is in this matchup. That would already be an outplay. Getting a solo kill, that would be outrageous. 50 CS behind again, Noguri. Hype trains are definitely going, the tickets are selling out for this one on Noguri, who's looking very, very impressive. There's a reason that SK Telecom T1 was heavily linked with him in the past, but he had that long-term contract with Damwon Gaming, and many people will be happy to see him stick around on this team that still has some measured hype for them, not quite the overwhelming hype after their loss to KeG earlier. Speaking of KeG.
Yep, looking for this one. Standing up in the death brush is okay. In goes Pop finally. Does get a decent charm there as Disdain is going to do a lot of damage, but they can't get anyone just yet. And you can see Nuclear just happy to stand on the front line. The three-man taunt instantly wipes the floor with KeG Seoul as Gumayushi. He's running for the hills, but that is not far enough as they just melt in the hands of Damwon Gaming.
My kingdom for a TP fight. They were calling for it every moment on the Lysandra game. Finally, 3 games in, Showmaker gets the flank, gets in the back line. That's all she wrote, and now it feels like Damwon Gaming have an unassailable lead in game number 3.
Yeah, that's the 5-man bounty to come in on everyone there as well as we check out this fight yet again.
And watch on the mini-map when Galio comes in. We're watching and thinking, yep, double kill here for the side of KeG. But no one goes down. No Baron take down Hoyt or Canyon with his stasis. And Showmaker says, is this the time? Oh, baby, is the answer yes.
Oh, hell yeah. He even has the gravity field just to guarantee that no one was getting out.
That's not actually the best part. He actually gets the first 3 kills and still had his Justice Punch to turn on Dilution at the end. He never abuses his cooldowns because they're up. He waits out and judges it smartly. Sign of a cat player there, always knowing your cooldowns. Noguri hasn't backed just yet and might actually be taken with a bit too much eggnog after the team fight win.
Yeah, I was wondering whether he actually had enough mana there for the gravity field, but he did, and that's going to mean that he stays alive. Canyon comes in, actually looking for more here as Pop is going to get stunned up, does have Battle Dance, but there's a Hextech Ultimatum. See you later, mate. This, Camille is extraordinarily strong, now has GA available as well.
Are we willing to call him the best Camille player in Korea? I am. I'm willing to give him the title.
I think you're going there already?
Until we see someone else show a big Camille game, this has been finesse from Canyon. He's been in the right spot and his mechanics have been on point. And while Haru's done that from time to time, Canyon's popping off on the Camille. He's got the build I love too. He's gone for the GA second. It means that you can make this play in between the untargetability and a hook shot max. You're pretty happy that you're going to be able to get out of the fight and pick up a kill.
Well, so far I don't have very many arguments against it, Papa, so we can certainly go with that for the moment. See what item he goes for next, whether it is going to be the very optimistic Trinity Force pickup. Certainly what feels good when you're really far ahead, and he certainly is very far ahead, as you can see. There are gold numbers above all of the scoreboards for Damwon Gaming.
Cha-ching is how Damwon Gaming are feeling. The gold leads 10,000 with Infernal, so it's 10,000 plus 10%. That's 11,000 gold. Yeah. So this game has certainly gone to hell in a handbag for the side of KeG. definitely no fingers to wave at them. They beat Damwon Gaming in a single game in this series. Already is impressive. They took down Hanwha Live. They will move on, hopefully all 5 members, to bigger and brighter things. But right now, we're just kind of looking for some cool explosions for the remainder of the game.
Well, that inner turret in the mid lane is going to be the first cool explosion that we're going to see after you say that one. Noguri as well on the bottom side is going to be able to take at least half of the health bar of this inner turret as well, and it feels like just one thing after another. You mentioned dominoes, it certainly is how this game is feeling for the moment, as Canyon, I was half expecting a flash to come in there. Jump straight on top of Doran, who doesn't have his flash available, but still, he's relatively tanky, and they may as well just take the easy objectives here. Pretty tutorial style. Feels like KeG Seoul may have just ran out of gas a little bit towards the end of this series.
And it's one of those games where the easy analysis was the correct analysis stuff. That's a lot of winning lanes. Oh, double buffs. That might be 3 winning lanes. And the Siege turnaround from a Baron buff probably will never happen. Baron just spawned and KeG say, well, we can only win with a Baron buff, but we know that Baron damage is not fast enough. And that's the issue now, is that they never actually got the Zoe out of laning phase into a Siege scenario. It's going to be just wave clear Zoe this game, sadly, for the side, as we're trying something.
Yeah, Canyon is just going to get gobbled up, though. And now just going to go in. Okay, Hextech Ultimatum to get everyone out of here, but that's 4 versus 1. Still, the hero's entrance is going to come in. Nuclear is going to be able to pick up Pop. And Canyon, of course, had the Guardian Angel, so he lives just fine. Gumayusi just finds that he doesn't have a team remaining. Doran's going to sacrifice himself for the good of the colony. Triple kill comes in for the Varus. That should spell Baron. And it felt like it was already over, but it certainly feels like it now.
And it feels like we know what those Damwon Gaming scrims look like when Damwon Gaming is getting that scrim god reputation. Damwon Gaming just running through KeG Seoul like a hot knife through butter. Elim's over the wall. He's got flash, and his ultimate is down, but he's hoping for, against hope, that he'll get a steal on the Baron. That would be unacceptable.
Well, Chaos Storm is going to be wandered through, and he's just going to die. Unless he flashes, does so, but now he can't get into the pit because there's no blast cone, and that is a disaster for anyone trying to steal the Baron there. Perfectly played here from Damwon Gaming. You mentioned they can play around Baron. They certainly did so there.
And Canyon, after the first round, goes back in because Galio's right there. They know the Hextech Ultimatum's going to be in position. They know the Guardian Angel is up. There's no pressure onto Nuclear. Auto attacks down the Rakan. Plex is saying, I wish I was sieging, and ends up actually flashing into the enemy. That was a whoopsie moment. But one whoopsie moment wasn't going to turn this game. This game was decided much earlier for some very good moves by Canyon and the rest of Damwon Gaming. And now the gold lead's getting bogus. It's 13,022 minutes.
Yeah.
You know, kill a minute is pretty normal. We're getting closer at this meta. 1,000 gold lead a minute is a possibility as well.
Once it's getting later and later, we're getting into the Christmas spirit here as the snowball certainly starting to roll down the hill. Damwon Gaming now utilizing their Baron buff to push towards the one last remaining inner turret on the top side of the map. And I think maybe we've got one more fight in us before this is well and truly over. It's looking real difficult for KeG to make their way back in, but Damwon needed a statement game like this because it's been rickety. It hasn't been controlled Damwon Gaming that we were expecting moving in. We were expecting this team to be a real LCK contender. Certainly not believing that off the first few matches that we saw, but this Canyon performance on the Camille is glorious and certainly able to give us some more hope for what this team is going to be capable of in 2019.
And again, I chose to be more balanced about Damwon Gaming. I was always wondering what we would see rather than expecting too much. It's not fair to expect so much for a team getting promoted from Challenger. And the statement games show you the ceiling, and the losses show you the floor. We're learning more about Damwon Gaming. We need more data points. This should be a victory. Very, very difficult to throw this game, even with a couple of teamfight victories on the side of KeG.
Doran looking for a potential flank, but right now it's just base being broken open here. KeG looking like they have no idea what to do. Showmaker in the mid lane just going to be pushing this one up as well. They're going to have more lanes prepared. Baroned up minions moving so quickly towards this half-health inhibitor. 5 members of KeG are here, but they're just getting poked out. Piercing Arrow is actually doing a fair bit of work, and if a stray Death Ray catches someone, that's so much damage.
And now it's an Olaf from behind, a Zoe from behind. And Damwon Gaming just waiting for their moment here. Canyon.
Wait, just waiting for the Devour.
They got a Devour.
All right, here we go. Yeah, we do manage to get the double knockup with the Grand Entrance. Pop does sacrifice himself, but Canyon goes down very quickly. But in the end, I feel like they're just smacking them with their wallets. It is Damwon Gaming with so much damage available. Triple kill. Could it be a quadra now as Nogari? He's in there. There we go. Oh no, doesn't happen. Somehow the Toad picks up the last kill. Hoyt wants to get in amongst it. 21-4 is the kill score here for Damwon Gaming. A statement game 3, and they will be moving on.
Ignite making the last tick, but Damwon Gaming get the last word in our first series of the day. Merry Christmas to